Hi everyone, it's Kim Bopney, the Vagina Coach, and in this video we are going to do a prolapse or pelvic floor safe core routine, ab routine. A lot of people think that abs are off limit, or crunches or flexion or planks are all off limits if you have a prolapse or if you're dealing with other pelvic floor challenges like incontinence. But the core is absolutely key. It's essential to train. Partly because the pelvic floor is the foundation of the core, and actually pelvic floor training will also help improve core function. So join me for this quick little ab routine, and we are going to be using the bender ball. Any other squishy Pilates ball will do. I happen to have the bender ball with me today. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start out sitting on our sit bones. You want to sit up nice and tall, and you're going to take your bender ball and you're going to kind of wedge it into the low back, right around the sacrum. Then we're going to lean back, and the further apart, the further away from you that your legs are, the harder it will be. I'm going to have mine probably about mid stance, and we're going to start out here. All we're doing is leaning back into the ball and coming forward. Now, if you know me, if you follow me, we're going to add the core breath here. You don't have to, but it is a way to help offset those pressures and again incorporate that voluntary pelvic floor activation. So we're getting our pelvic floor exercise incorporated here as well. So I'm going to exhale as I go back, and I'm going to inhale forward, which might seem a little bit opposite to what I typically teach. Usually we exhale with exertion, and some could argue that this would be the exertion. But in this case, I feel more exertion when I'm leaning back. You can go ahead and try out and see which one you feel best, but I'm going to exhale as I go back. So inhale, blossom the vulva. Let the abs go, and now I'm going to exhale, activate the pelvic floor. There's an inward drawing in of my abdomen as well, and then I lean back. Inhale forward. Exhale. So we're going to go for 10 here. That's 5. Here's 6. Got 2 more. And last one. Taking a quick break. Now we're going to make that a little bit harder. We're going to actually extend one arm behind us. So we're increasing that lever length, which is going to increase the challenge. And also it's going to put a little bit more, because I'm doing one side, it's going to put a little bit more emphasis on one side. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to exhale, and I'm going to reach back, and then I'm going to inhale as I come back to center. Opposite side. Again, you can bring your legs in a little bit closer if that makes it a little bit more accessible for you. And you could also extend your legs right out, really increase that challenge. If you really wanted to up the ante here, you could have a resistance band in your hands so that you're pulling apart every time you reach back. You could also have it looped over your feet, so you're pulling back as you reach. Let's do 2 more on each side. And actually, I think we have to balance it out. I started on this side, so let's do 1 more on the opposite side. And taking a quick break. We're going to do something similar now, except I'm going to lean back, and I'm going to touch my elbow down. So again, we're really getting all of the core involved here, especially since we're activating that pelvic floor, but we're going to get a little bit more oblique action with that sort of a little bit of rotation here. Okay, so here we go, same movement. This time though, I'm dropping the elbow down and coming back up. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Halfway. 5 more on each side. Last 2. And last 1. And taking a quick break. And then we're going to explore the hardest movement of all, which is going to be extending both arms behind us. So each of these progressions is increasing the intensity, which could potentially increase symptoms for some. Because we are exhaling and activating the pelvic floor, it should help offset those symptoms. However, if you feel like you're symptomatic in any of these, then see what you can do differently. See how you can maybe scale it by bringing the legs in closer, maybe not going back quite as far. So just because you're not going back and touching that elbow on the ground, even this small motion is still activating that core. And then as you progress in strength and the capacity to control that movement, you'll be able to increase the range of motion and then potentially add on the more demanding aspects of the exercise as well. So monitor your symptoms, work within your symptom-free zone, and gradually nudge those boundaries as you improve and increase your strength. Okay, so now we're going to have our legs out in front of us like we have before. And now the movement is going to be to exhale and reach both arms back and then come forward. I don't know if you can hear it, but my shoulder is cracking every time I do this as well. Halfway. One more. And we are done. So there is a quick little bender ball core routine with some options to help you make it feel more safe, more accessible if you're dealing with things like pelvic organ prolapse and incontinence. We will see you next time.